Hey, how's it going, guys? Do you know how right now it's exam season? Exams? And I know this because of the constant Facebook status updates I get from my friends being like, oh, 2 out of 5 done. Oh, 3 out of 5. And this is bittersweet to me because on one end I'm like, suck, writing an exam, sucks to be you. And on the other end it's like, well, I'm not at school. And I don't have a job. So yeah, well I thought, how can I help out all my friends writing an exam right now? So I'm like, I'm going to give out the tips on how to study for an exam, my tips. And these tips got me all the way through high school and pretty much to college. Pretty much to college. So the first tip is when you're studying, just have just a very small amount, like a pinch, like a hint, a pinch of cocaine, and you'd be surprised at how much energy you have. All of a sudden you're studying, you're like, whoa, you feel great. It's almost like you become addicted to studying. It's weird, this happened to me. It's like, I'm addicted to studying now. This is absolutely amazing. And there must be some sort of nutritional value to cocaine, like there must be some potassium or something in it. Anyways, but now I'm not talking about drugs here. I am talking about like a pinch of cocaine, like an extremely small amount. Now, if you're gonna murder somebody, if you have plans to murder somebody, wait till after the exam. Wait till after the exam. There's too much going on. Listen, I get it. I understand. But just wait till after the exam's over. There's just too much going on. But if you happen to take too much cocaine, now I said take a pinch of cocaine. If you took too much cocaine, or you don't have a good tolerance with cocaine, maybe then you could act out on your murdering plans. But at that point, just use your intuition. Just use your intuition whether you will or not, and just do what's right. Just use your intuition. Anyways, it's really important during the exam study time to give off this energy that you're this smart person, that you're just this give off this vibration, you know, give off this energy, you know, like consciousness, you guys know what I'm talking about. Like before the exam or after the exam, you should go up to your teacher, just be like, oh, sir, do you need help marking the exams? I'm available. You know, you should hold a study group after class one day. Be like, oh, on Friday, meet me in this room. I'll go over all the exam. I'll tutor anyone. You can't show up. You have to cancel right before, but because you don't know jack shit. But the point is, you're giving off this energy. You're giving off this vibration that you're this smart person. You're putting this into the cosmos. You know what I mean? Putting into the cosmos. And a really important thing while you're writing the exam, if you don't know the answer to the question, write a few sentences and be like, oh, well, for more on this, refer to a book you wrote on the subject. Be like, oh, I actually wrote a book on this, so check out, it's chapter 11 in the book, so it's hard to find. If you find it, it's an absolute gem of a book. Yeah. So it's really, you know, that's a really good idea. And probably the most important thing to let people know, I gotta let people know this, is if you murder the teacher giving you the exam before the exam date, if you murder the teacher, somebody else comes and gives you the exam. They get somebody, the school system, they find somebody else to give you the exam. Absolute bullshit. Seems like a foolproof plan. Kill the teacher, there's no more exam. Somebody else comes. Anyways, another really good tip. If it's multiple choice, you're not quite sure whether it's A or C, kind of circle both. And if your teacher's after the exam, oh, you circled A here, you could be like, but sir, I circled C. And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry, I feel like an idiot. Here's a mark. Maybe he'll give you a bonus mark. Who knows? Who knows? Anything's possible because, you know, energy, consciousness, you know, you guys know what I'm talking about. You guys know what I'm talking about. Anyways, You know, I was at Subway this morning. Subway, the restaurant, or the chain. And do you know what I just hate? I hate when you get some rook making your sub. Like, some rook making your sub, some first-timer. I was in Subway like a week ago. I was visiting my friends in Kingston. And I was like, oh, I'd like the Subway melt. She's like, oh, okay. And she like walks over to the side to see like what's in a Subway melt. And I'm thinking, this girl, oh my God, doesn't even know what's in Subway melt. I got some rook. I got some first-timer rook. Like some girl at college, like who like is just like there for a part-time job. Like she should be making my sandwich. Anyways, when I ask for mayonnaise, when you ask for mayonnaise and a rook is like there making your sandwich, they go right across, like a huge hunk, like so much. And then they start making their way back. And I'm like, hold on. And I want Chipotle sauce as well. Now I can't get Chipotle sauce on my sub, because that'd be way too much sauce. Anyways, the pros to do it, like this guy today in Toronto, it's like when they make that thin line and they make this wave across. You know what I mean? It's like an artwork. It's like they get lost. It's like they get so into it, they get lost in the dance of the cosmos. It's actually beautiful to watch when someone puts on sauce correctly, you know, on your sub. It's absolutely beautiful. I've only seen this once in my life. I can't say people do this all the time, but one time I was like, hey, I like some mayonnaise. And he's like, oh, what other sauce do you like? And I'm thinking to myself, I'll just tell you afterwards. I'm like, Chipotle, I guess. He picks up both sauces, and I'm like, what are you doing, buddy? And he does this. I'm not even kidding. The thin line, twirl. I can't even believe it. It was like, when I was looking at it, I was like in this trance. I was in this like state of peace as he was just lost in the moment, putting the sauce on. Yeah, anyways, that's how you put on sauce on a Subway sandwich. And you know how all the meat's stacked and you're supposed to like, take off the meat individually and put them on? This rook took off like 3 at a time, plopped it on one half, then plopped it the next 3 on the other half. So I had this like section in the middle of no sauce. So it's just Chipotle. Actually, it's just mayonnaise. Give me an absolute break. You're supposed to put on the meat individually. But if you're a real pro, you know what I'm talking about when they fold the meat, when they like fold each meat. You know what I'm talking about. That's how you make a sub. Anyway, I can't stand rooks at Subway. Some rooks, like I want like the guy there who's like made the career choice to be there. Like someone who has a passion for making subs, not just you know what I mean? Someone who engages you. Anyways, this isn't even part of my routine, but I see my bath over there. And do you know what I absolutely hate about baths? When you're in the bath and you have to fucking get up to change it hot or cold, or get up to like get water out of the thing. All the controls should be right here. You know what I mean? Like all the controls, like you should be like hotter or colder, like oh like eject water, like I want the temperature of this. You can like plug in your iPhone. You got this bath 2.0, bath of the future. It should be bath of the present. Anyways, I thought bath technology should be more advanced by now. It should be right here. You know what I mean? Why is it over there? Anyways, don't I hate more than just people like baths and whatnot? People who try to be all deep. Like they try to be something like Zen Master. Like they read one book and they post like 3 Facebook statuses a day of like super long preachy quotes about like life and how you should live life and like deep philosophy. You're not a Zen master. Give me a break. Give me a break. And the worst is when people cut and paste these super long, deep quotes about like mysticism and whatnot, and they don't even quote the person that they're quoting. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you didn't write that quote. Give me an absolute break. And the worst is when I recognize it, I'm like, you didn't even write that. You're a joke. Anyways, I wasn't even, like, the topic of deepness, I wasn't even going to talk about any of that, but I could speak forever. But when I was in grade 12, largest craft class, my teacher put this photo on the wall of like a good project we should like aspire to. And it was this big question mark And the way it was written out, it was like, why? Why? The word why? 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 So the question part was why, then the mark. Was that the question, that's the mark? Or is it all just a question mark? I don't know. Anyways, with the dot at the bottom, so it was like why, and then the dot at the bottom of the mark said why not? And he's showing us this like, whoa, like doesn't this make you think? And I'm thinking, what the fuck is this? This is absolutely ridiculous. This makes me think about how retarded this guy is. So if you guys want A+'s and shit, best friends and want to do well in school, you just gotta make people think. The way you make people think, you put a question mark behind anything. Behind anything. Like, if I had a painting in an art gallery and it was just a chair, people would walk by just like, oh, that's just some fucking chair. Like, let's check out the Picasso section. Like, if it was a chair, then a question mark behind it, people would be like, chair? Chair. Is this even a chair? And like all these people would form and like be like, whoa, no, this symbolizes the war in Iraq. 9/11, Bin Laden. Like study groups would form and like it would be a big thing. It'd be a big thing. If you want to take it one step further, you add ... behind it. People would be like, what's next? What's next? Chair, what's next? Or ... then question mark. I know what happens. People will explode. People will explode. Anyways, hate when people try to be all deep. Like they try to be like some Zen master, like walking around. You're not deep. You're not deep. Anyways, I'm running out of time here, and my mom came running downstairs yesterday with my phone bill, being like, Jeff, what's with all these long distance phone calls? And I'm just like, when are you gonna realize Jeff's fucking international? Fucking international. I'm international. Anyways, I don't know, like she got like mad at me or like, whatever, but fuck it, I'm fucking international. When's she gonna realize that? Anyways, I wanted to get all that off my chest. All that was just in my brain. I had to get it off my chest, so thanks for listening to me.